Get home, turn on the match last night.
Sorry, Johnny.
Ali McCoist. Radio this morning, Ali McCoist, going for a coffee in a minute. Fully expect to be served by Ali McCoist. And he finishes
How
it off.
would you like your latte, Johnny?
Finishes it off. 70% of the planet is covered by water. The other 30% is covered by Ali McCoist.
That's brilliant. Brilliant, Johnny.
I don't think Clive fully got that joke last night.
Did he?
That was not a great audience.
Did you think about saying it again?
Yeah.
But then you were like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. What happened was I was halfway through it and somebody had the audacity to put the ball in the French box. And I mean, what's that all about? Yeah, they say it's all about timing. Well, clearly I didn't have it last night.
Okay, how about this timing then? England taking on Scotland. It's been a while, hasn't it, Ali McCoist?
Yes.
Going to do it all over again. I know that you're there. I'm there as well. We're trying to get Andros a ticket. Has anyone got a spare one? Andros Townsend
Got to get my ticket from somewhere, surely.
Surely you'd rather take Andros than your mate. Do you know what I mean? Just sit. You'd get full in-depth analysis, literally from your seat next to you.
Well, full in depth, yeah, sort of.
You get some sort of a view on it. But anyway, okay, guys, before the break, I asked you to do your starting 11. So, Andros, I said, you do England. Ali, you do Scotland. As it's at Wembley, Andros, changes?
I wrote down the 11. I don't know why, because I only made one change. I've gone for Chilwell in at left back instead of Kieran Trippier, for obvious reasons. Obviously, more natural, orthodox left-sided player. So, yeah, I'd go for Trippier. I'll go for Chilwell, sorry.
That was a quick change.
Yeah, that's going to be on the clips of the week later. Grealish, I'd like to bring Grealish in somewhere, but there's just no space for him at the minute, especially with Sterling scoring and playing well.
Wow, really?
Where I'd want to play him, but where would you play him?
Well, I mean, Ali, who would you take out for him? Pickford, Walker, Stones, Chilwell, Phillips, Rice.
I actually think he will go with a more natural left back.
No, where would Grealish?
You didn't answer a question.
Yeah, I was saying, who would you take out for Grealish? Mount?
No, he wouldn't take Mount out. There's a better chance of taking Foden out, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I think.
Would that be a shout then? Only because it's his first tournament. And
I think the fact that you said Grealish has not trained the last 2 days with the team.
Missed open training today, but we were kind of talking about the fact that he's had these shin splints for a while.
What time were you training?
Did I say today?
Yes, yeah.
Sorry, yesterday.
I thought they're taking this serious. They've been out at 4 a.m, man. They're giving us utmost respect. I like it, Gareth.
Sorry.
I like it.
Missed open training yesterday, but has these shin splints, misses training regularly. Okay. You might not want to read too much into it. You might want to.
As a manager, having played in the game for so long, managers only need one little excuse to leave you out. So he's got to be like, well, you didn't train yesterday. I don't want to take the risk with the shin. Yeah. Rest up and be ready for check.
Ali, if you were in Andros's position or Gareth, would you try and get Grealish in, or would you leave it as it is? Would you make any of those changes?
Do you know what I'd probably do? I would maybe listen. Yeah, I'd probably put Chilwell or a short left back. That might be the only change, because I think if I'm sitting in Gareth's shoes, you think I'm going to go and win this game, and then I can make as many changes effectively as I like.
I think Gareth keeps it exactly the same.
Yeah,
he keeps it exactly the same.
I mean, is he thinking as well? What's Gareth thinking? I mean, is he thinking about second place in the Group F? You know what I mean?
How's your luck?
That's
unbelievable.
Imagine winning a group and facing Portugal,
or even worse, Germany.
Yeah. I mean, it could happen. It could happen. It's going to happen.
Like most of the other group winners are playing the third place teams, and we get Portugal and Germany.
That's what I think. Tactically, we've got it spot on. We clearly do not. We do not want Portugal at all, so we'll go for that third place, I think.
Is that why you're deciding to finish bottom? Yeah, just avoid everyone. Let's finish bottom of the group.
No.
Exactly. We can't get knocked out of the group stages. We can't get knocked out of the knockouts if we can't get through the group stages.
That's very true.
That's actually foolproof.
Very true.
So hang on a minute. Let's just go back to this team. So basically, there's just one change at left back for you. If you did take, for example, a Foden out and maybe switched Sterling and then brought Grealish in, would you be happy with that?
Oh, 1,000,000%. Yeah. Listen, Grealish is one of the most creative players we got. I think we lacked a little bit of creativity in that game, whereas Grealish, that's his game, creativity, getting the ball in the pockets, getting turned, getting us up the pitch, hopefully trying to get Harry Kane in the game, which we didn't do in the first game. So if Grealish came in, myself as well as everyone else wouldn't bat an eyelid.
That was the only thing, Andros, wasn't it? Let's be honest about it. It was nearly perfect. Yeah. The only thing was you could have done another couple of goals. Yeah. Foden's hit the post with a brilliant effort first half. Harry Kane maybe slightly on his heels a little bit for the chance at the back post, but I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. That's the only thing you could say.
I think as well there was a lack of preparation. If I look at the front four here, Foden, Sterling and Mount didn't play any of the warm-up games because of the Champions League. maybe the front four need a bit more work to get that sort of that understanding that Kane has at his club with Son, where Kane comes short, Sonny goes in behind. The likes of Sterling and Foden can do that. So maybe it's just a little bit of time they need on the training pitch, and we'll see Harry Kane get more into the game against the Scots.
It's a good thought process, isn't it, really, going into a major tournament, not having all of those, you're right, all of those friendlies and the games leading up to it, missing big players that played in the Champions League and the other finals and stuff like that. So yeah, trying to get a team together to get them to play together and get used to each other. You should be a manager, Andros. Okay, so from one wannabe manager to a former manager.
Whoa.
Ali McCoist.
Wannabe, that's a bit hard.
She's started already.
It's not as bad as I thought it was, actually. It's quite easy, isn't it?
You want my Scotland team, aren't you?
Your Scotland starting 11, please, Ali McCoist.
Okay, the one thing I would say at 12 minutes past 8 on a Wednesday, there's every chance I'll be changing this three or four times before Friday evening, okay? Which I'm allowed to do. But I'm keeping Marshall in goals. Controversially, I'm putting McTominay back into a back three. And I'm going McTominay, Hanley and Tierney. Tierney has to be fit.
Yeah.
In wider areas, I'm going Patterson and Robertson.
Nice.
I'm going to go for a 4 across the middle. Forrest, Gilmore, McGinn, Armstrong.
Gilmore's in.
And I'm playing Adams up front.
So what's that, 3 changes, is that? Four changes.
It's certainly 3 or 4. Because it'll be down to 2 by Friday. I'll have changed it again Friday. I just think Patterson's going in, Tierney's coming in, Adams is coming in, and Gilmore's coming in.
What's that, 4 or 5?
I
mean, you just said it and I couldn't even count. If out of those changes, who is the most important?
Adams, I think. Big Dykes has been great for us, but he's a completely different option. You know, he's more a focal point. You could try and hit diagonals and longer balls. Whereas I'm hoping Adams' movement would provide us with a better option on Friday.
Do you not think playing it, that your best chance of beating England is with Dykes up front, is playing long, having a big man, getting balls in the box, especially from that left-hand side?
Too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Having two,
yeah, absolutely. But in an ideal world, we'll have possession of the ball to do that.
You won't.
We won't have a lot of possession of the ball. Correct. That's why I think it's important when we do get it, we have to keep it for as much as possible. Forrest has had an injury hit season at Celtic. He looked pretty lively, I thought, when he came on the other night. You know, he would certainly create a threat for us going forward on the right hand side. Gilmore, I would be very, very confident would keep the ball. You know, Patterson on the right hand side, again, not a lot of experience, but fit, fresh, fearless in the same kind of way Grealish and Foden are, I think. So I just think it's vitally important that when we get the ball at Wembley, we do keep it, rather than, I understand the option of going long to Dykes, yeah, absolutely, but I think, you know, there'll be times in the game we'll have to keep possession.
I was listening to Alex Crook yesterday, and he was talking about Kieran Tierney being back in training already the day after your first game, which surprised a few people, really, because there were suggestions that he has been deliberately not involved in that game and saved for England, which would you agree would be the wrong way round?
No, that's...
You saying Alex Crook is a liar?
I'm saying that train of thought I don't buy into at all. Because why would you do that when the most important game's your first game? Mm-hmm. You want to feel just strong.
I think that's the question.
Maybe they thought that we can beat Czech Republic without Kieran Tierney, which they could have, they should have. Could have
and should have, but Andrews, no way. We've got a far better chance of beating anybody with Kieran Tierney in the team. It doesn't matter who, whether it's Luxembourg or France. You know, we can't afford not to play our best players, and Kieran Tierney's absolutely one of those. So that's why I don't buy into it. I mean, clearly he must have been very, very close. The fact he's training again, he must have been very, very close. But I get it. We've had it. We've had it 100 times. When niggles like that, you think to yourself, do you know something? I probably could. I maybe could. But what if I do and it goes the first 10, 15 minutes? And he's obviously felt, no, I cannot take that opportunity. The one thing that blows that theory completely and utterly out of the water, out of all the players in the Scotland squad, Kieran Tierney and Andy Robertson would be the 2 players that are bursting to play and would play through anything. So that's why I don't buy it. But for
me, if I could train, say for example, if I could train on Monday morning and the game was on Sunday, if I could train on Monday morning, I'm 100% to train, right? So the day before, what would he have been? 80, 85?
Yeah.
So surely he could have played. So maybe what Laura's saying is right, that they just
I
didn't want to risk
get
it
the
for
point,
that game.
Andros, but it's guesswork because we don't really know. She'd have been pretty clever. We don't know what that niggle is. We don't know where it is. For example, if it's a hamstring, you couldn't do it. I don't think. There's no way if it's a hamstring you could take the chance.
But if you can train the day after the game, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, which makes me think it might have been a knock rather than a strain.
Yeah.
You know, but as I said, they've been pretty clever. We don't really know, and not as you would expect. You know, we want to keep that quiet. We don't know what the injury was, but I totally 100% take your point. But no, there's no way. Listen, if Kieran Tierney had an opportunity to play in that game, he would 100% have played in that game. So that tells me there was something either with the medical staff or with Kieran himself that just says, no, I couldn't take that chance.
Okay, there you go. That's Ali McCoist's view on the situation. England taking on Scotland is live this Friday. Really, really close. I'm so looking forward to this one. 8 o'clock kickoff. You can listen to it on talkSPORT. And if you want the Scottish coverage, you can listen to that build-up on talkSPORT too. Just so we give it weightage.
talkSPORT 2 with a W or double O?
talkSPORT 2 with a double O. The whole station's going to be rebranded just for that coverage. Ali McCoist, Laura Woods, and also Andros Townsend. The time is 8:17.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.